But just, when this is supposed to be a biopic, we're celebrating this amazing feat, this amazing record. It just makes it to where it's just like, who cares for, in my opinion, like, well done.
I know the world wants me to shut my mouth and sit down and wait to die, but I can't.
What is up, everyone? Drive By Movies here, and you're watching
Fresh Releases.
My name is James.
My name is Blaze.
And today we are checking out the 2 Academy Award nominated film, Nyad.
You are a force.
Diana, you got this!
There's no one more Nyad than you.
Nyad is the remarkable true story of athlete Diana Nyad, who at the age of 60 and with the help of her best friend and coach commits to achieving her lifelong dream, a 110-mile open ocean swim from Cuba to Florida. So, James, this film, like you mentioned, it's nominated for 2 Academy Awards, which is pretty exciting. It's available to watch on Netflix. What did you think of the film?
Yeah, so over the past couple weeks, we've kind of talked about like my disdain for biopics or like movies based on true stories, but there has been some great ones. Movies like Society of the Snow or from the year before, 13 Lives. And speaking of 13 Lives, there was a documentary that I've still yet to check out, but there was a documentary based on the children who got stuck in the caves in Thailand. And those directors went on to make this film, Nyad. So how'd they do with their directorial debut with a, full script, working with actors? I thought terrible. I don't know what people saw in this movie. I see it got good reviews. Most people are liking it. And honestly, what stops it from being kind of a really bad movie is the final 15 minutes of the movie. I thought like some of the performances there carried the movie. But overall, I thought everything was way overdone and sometimes laughable. Like, what are your thoughts?
I think that Annette Bening's character is just very unlikable, and I think a lot of the film like has to be carried by this just very unlikable character. But I've actually met people that are exactly like that character to a T, so I'm like, oh, she's actually doing a really great job at playing this character. But at times it feels like off-putting and just weird. You're like, why would they act like that? That's so weird. Like, but I've definitely experienced people in my life that are exactly like this, and they usually don't mean any harm or anything, but they're just very wear themselves on their sleeve. And to be with that character for well over how long was this movie again? If I remember, it was
2 hours exactly, I believe.
Yeah, so it's a little on the longer side. I think this could have been trimmed down, but yeah, like the directors Jimmy Chin and Elizabeth Chai Vasar, I'm gonna just butcher that last name, but yeah, anyways, so I thought that I've been a fan of a lot of their documentary work. I really enjoyed. I mean, I think everyone really enjoyed Free Solo. Have you seen that movie?
No, I have not, but I've heard great things from you. I think
buckle up. You got to watch that movie. It's excellent. I think if it was on Hulu at some point in time, I don't know if it still is, but like if it is on Hulu, it's probably one of the only reasons to keep that subscription. So you should check it out. But yeah, like I liked some of their other documentaries, but then they also made this weird Elon Musk documentary, and not even getting like political. I thought that documentary was horrible. Like actually, like there's really no story there. It's just like it was a way overlong documentary that just had no plot or where it was going. It's just like it tries to, frame itself around like this is the return of like the US to space and Elon Musk is doing it. And then they just totally take the foot off the gas and lose track of like what the movie is even about. And that I was like, okay, I wouldn't even want my name attached to this documentary because it was so bad. It didn't feel like it even had their sense of creative filmmaking. And then I know, like you mentioned, they made the cave diver movie, which I haven't seen as well. It's called The Rescue. I haven't seen that film, but I've heard great things. I've heard that it's actually much better than 13 Lives, which we both really enjoyed. So I am interested to check that out at some point. But getting to Nyad, which is, their narrative directorial debut, because they've done a handful of documentary features. yeah, I just felt like there was elements that I enjoyed about this movie, but overall, I don't think that it could sustain its runtime. It felt very flat at times, and I feel like we might need to, try this again. They need a different story to try to make narratively. Also, I think this film is a little wishy-washy in the sense that the Guinness Book of World Records that initially gave out the award to Diana Nyad has since retracted. Not award, but the record, they since retracted the record, and there's a lot of murky cloudiness about whether it was verified correctly or whether the steps were taken properly to, say that she successfully crossed the channel, so that definitely casts a weird shadow over. And I know that a lot of that was cast over this record breaking swim. And a lot of that had to do with the movie being made. So I don't really know what's going on there, if it's political or what, but yeah, I felt like maybe we need to try this again.
I mean, interesting, yeah, but at the end of the day, this movie is meant to celebrate this person, and I 100% agree. I've met people like this. I'm very proud of how passionate someone can be. I'm ecstatic for them, and that's the will to get things done at the end of the day. But also at the end of the day, though, it's just damn, your friend, you're not really a friend. She's gaslighting Jodie Foster the whole movie. Rhys Ifans, I always not sure how to pronounce his name. But the final time where she calls him over the phone, hey, I just wanted to apologize. And I was like, she's just doing this just to get what she wants and get him to come back. And then he's like, well, I'm not going to come back. And she's like, really? You're not? It was just damn, the whole time she just wants what she wants. She only has her own interests at part. And so doesn't make her really a likable, relatable character, I felt like. And, a movie doesn't need that. There's been terrible, unlikable characters within movies where I still enjoy the movie. But just, when this is supposed to be a biopic that we're celebrating this amazing feat, this amazing record, it just makes it to where it's just who cares for, in my opinion, well done. I don't know why you would ever want to do that, but awesome. But also, I think one of the things with just them being their first time directors, I think they just don't know how to work with actors, because I think they kind of we know Jodie Foster and Annette Bening are fantastic actors. I've loved Annette Bening in 20th Century Woman, American President. I know she's a fine actress, but I don't know, her and Jodie Foster, also another great actress, they were very over the top. They're always talking with their hands. They're like, nobody believes the struggle that I must go through. It's like they're acting on stage. And I was just like, who's giving them who's giving them notes on how to do this? Every scene felt like it's the small clip they show before the Academy Awards, oh, this is why this person's nominated. But every scene felt that way. So it just made it feel very over the top. And the only moment that actually felt real, like a normal conversation, was when Jodie Foster jumped in the water to kind of just be like, you got this and stuff. That was the only moment that felt real to me. But did that actually happen? That probably didn't even happen in real life. So yeah.
I mean, maybe that did happen in real life, and that's why they're saying you're not allowed to have somebody swim next to them or something. Who knows? Yeah. I don't know why there's such a weird shadow cast upon it. But you can go on Wikipedia and even look it up. There's allegations made and stuff about whether she actually did the swim or whether it was done properly. It can't be verified or validated, which is just, I don't know, just bizarre. But yeah, not to detract from the movie, but yeah, I enjoyed the movie for the most part. But yeah, I just felt at times where it's a lot, and I felt every time visually it looks really cool at times, especially swimming with the jellyfish and a lot of those scenes that were really the trials and tribulations.
Up at that scene,
you didn't like it?
So cheesy. I was like, are they trying to be have this fun life up high moment? And I was just laughing at
no, not that scene. Sorry, okay. That scene. Yeah, me too. I agree with you. That scene is very bad with all the visual effects and underwater, and she's looking around. Yeah. That was bad. But I liked a lot of the natural scenes where she's actually swimming. I mean, there's still visual effects, and she's actually swimming. It's all the red lights, and then when that jellyfish gets stuck on her her face, it's
gotcha.
That's the stuff I like. But yeah, there is this weird visual effects laden scene where she's swimming around, and it does feel very much like Life of Pi. I absolutely dislike that scene. I thought it was so out of pocket. But yeah.
Yeah, also this film just felt like overly digital too, because I know these directors, I've heard nothing but great things from Free Solo about the cinematography with it, as well as The Rescue. Like I've heard it's just like breathtaking visuals within those movies, but this movie just feels very digital. Like a lot of the times it's just like, is that even real water? Like I was just like, it doesn't look like natural water hitting her at times. And I don't know if you got the sense, but just watching it, I don't know if it was just my TV effects, just like maybe not translating this movie well, but just a lot of it just looked like fake water to me. So like that moment like is why I kind of cracked up at just like how bad the special effects kind of looked. And you know, I don't need great special effects in movies. I can still appreciate a film if it just has like somewhat believable special effects, but just when I'm not into the movie, I'm looking for just other reasons to kind of pick it apart. And sadly this movie just kind of had to be it. It's been a while since I've seen a movie I disliked for our show, fresh releases, but yeah, sadly, this is one.
Yeah, take the tally right there. It's definitely probably the first movie this year, at least, you've disliked, but I think it's been a while for yourself. But yeah, I'd say like it's on Netflix. Like, is it gonna, you know, sweep the Oscar with its 2 awards? I don't think so. You know, Annette Bening might take something home just out of respect for the other roles she has. She's never won anything. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'd say maybe it's nah, you could pass. You could skip it, I think.
Yeah. I think you can skip it pretty easily with this movie. It's on Netflix. You know, if you're into just any kind of nature movie or based on a true story sports film, like maybe you'll enjoy it, but just, I don't know. It seems like all the best sports stories might be taken at this point. or I don't know. It's a story worth telling, I guess, but I just think that like it could have been told a little bit better or focus on some better elements or and everything. But yeah, I'd say it's okay to skip this movie. I don't see anyone taking awards for this movie, really. But yeah, leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about the movie, because that's a great way to help support the show. Tell us if we're wrong or tell us if you agree.
And guys, make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and click that notification bell to get all of our latest updates.
And speaking of updates, be sure to catch all our social media links down below. We got Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, as well as our own personal letterbox accounts. That'll conclude this week's episode. Tune in next week for a brand new video.